Wake up. Wake up.
There's this feeling you've had before. Something about it feels familiar, but wrong. It's something weird our brains do. The uncanny valley is this creepy feeling we get when something looks almost human, but not quite. Like, just imagine a robot with a human face, or something that looks human but you're just not sure.
You can't tell if it's reaching out for a hug or preparing to carve you apart piece by piece.
It's called the uncanny valley because the more human something looks, the more we like it, until it gets too close but not perfect. And that's when our brain goes, nope, that's a skinwalker. But the uncanny feeling isn't just in weird faces. So, today we're diving into the strange, dreamlike world of uncanny nostalgia. Liminal spaces! These are real-life world environments that feel unreal. You're definitely not supposed to be there. It's your school hallways during summer break. It's the dead malls. It's the airport terminals at midnight. It's the empty parking lots under flickering lights. It's the closed-down Chuck E. Cheese. It's the hotel lobbies with no one at the desk. There are places made for people, but the people are missing. And the longer you stay there, the more it feels like they never existed.
Now, let's talk about the Backrooms. It all started from a cursed post on 4chan in 2019. Someone said, if you're not careful and no clip out of reality in the wrong areas, you'll end up in the Backrooms. This picture is now full of lore.
The internet has created a full complex wiki about it. Recorded sightings, survival tips detailed about entities, objects that are supposed to help you survive, and even communities that are supposed to live there. The Backroom scares us not only because of entities, but because of the existential dread. Oh, f***ing Christ. Anyways, you're in a place that was meant for humans, but no one's there, and maybe no one ever was.
Imagine this, one wrong step, a glitch in reality, and suddenly you're here. No sky,
Someone
no
there?
time, no exit. Just a labyrinth of empty offices, damp hallways, and shifting corridors that defy logic. You're not alone. But you wish you were.
And you know what else gives off the same feeling? PS2 graphics. And I'm not talking about the cutscenes. I'm talking about the low polygon flat shadows 3D.
But wait, talking about PS2 and weird spaces, Silent Hill 2 has to sit right at the top of that limited space Hall of Fame. Pyramid Head isn't just scary. He's psychologically invasive. The abandoned hotel where the halls stretch on forever and seem to rearrange themselves when no one's watching. The prison with its impossible geometry. Every location feels like a nightmare you've had before. Silent Hill 2 isn't a game. It's a space you never really leave. Just like the Backrooms. What's interesting is sound has its own uncanny valley. If you've ever scrolled on TikTok, there's a chance that you might have seen a dreamcore, weirdcore video paired with an unusual audio that gives you a bad feeling.
There's something important to separate here. Not all creepy songs are scary. Some of them are just off, unsettling in a way that's emotional, not terrifying. Horror movie songs are made to make you panic. They're designed to build tension, trigger fight or flight, and warn you about something that's wrong.
Hello?
It's mostly atmospheric, high-pitched, very annoying notes. That stupid note. That annoying, stupid note. But Uncanny Valley songs aren't designed to make you jump. They're designed to make you feel like you're not real. You're stuck in a glitchy simulation. They tap into the strange emotional glitch between memory and imagination.
Which actually reminds me a lot about how old video game soundtracks would sound because, yes, Uncanny Valley sounds existed way back in areas that never should have been created. Some say actually is the origin of liminal space music and all that's nostalgic. The twisted, warped soundscapes of early video games were 8-bit and 16-bit audio stretched into something deeply unsettling. The limited sound chips of the Super Nintendo, Game Boy, and even PlayStation 2 couldn't replicate true human voices or organic instruments. So, instead, they birthed something far more disturbing. These sounds weren't just retro, they were wrong in ways that shouldn't have been possible. The hardware's limitations didn't hold them back, they twisted them, created sound that felt alive, hungry, like the game itself was breathing through the speaker. And sometimes in the dark, with the volume low, it still does, you know?
Not all nostalgia is comforting, and that's where aesthetics like dreamcore, weirdcore, and analog horror comes in.
Look at this dude.
These aesthetics don't just play with visuals, they play with your memory. I don't know about you, but I start dissociating when that happens. It makes me wonder if I'm really alive, or if I'm really there, if I'm imagining my own life, if everyone around me is alive and has their own life, or am I controlling everyone else? Or do they do everything according to me like a Truman Show? Or is the egg theory real?
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Whoa, 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 whoa.
Okay, chill. Though I'd like to believe life is only a test or a simulation and can just be controlled as we please, unfortunately, most of our misery shows you that this theory is wildly improbable. I'd love to start dissociating as much as the next guy. Unfortunately, real life keeps me grounded like my bank account after a night out with Luna. But enough about my financial life. Nostalgia at its core can feel like a soft blanket wrapped around in a half-forgotten memory. More warm than strange, more inviting than unsettling. But, the unsettling side of nostalgia doesn't force itself on you. It waits for you to meet it halfway. Sort of why all these nostalgia horror subgenres only hit hard if you allowed them to. They rely on your brain filling in the gaps, recognizing something familiar yet off. If you resist, they're just odd pictures. But if you engage, they pull you into a half-dreamed memory where something isn't quite right.
So why do we feel this way? One theory behind the Uncanny Valley is that it evolved as a survival mechanism. So basically, our ancient ancestor needed to spot who was safe and who was fucked up. Think about when Homo sapiens were not the only one. Homo erectus, Neanderthals, we sorta all looked the same, but the little differences could mean you're dead meat. It was also to spot who was sick, who was dying, anyone dangerous. So evolution said, if you see something that looks human but not quite human, panic! Which is why today those robots with human faces or that creepy doll trigger that same ancient nope. It's okay! Your ancestors survived Uncanny Vibe so you could live long enough to binge watch your analog horror at 3 a.m.
Uh, right, sure. It was all premeditated, of course. But yeah, I really just think it's all deep rooted to our actual memories. The feeling of almost human, yeah. But it's that eerie sense you get when something is almost familiar but not quite right. Like a childhood game menu screen, a toy you swear you own but can't recall its name, a photo with faces blurred by time and compression. It stirs something in your gut. Not fear exactly, but unease. Why? Just nostalgia. Our brains crave the familiar. They find comfort in patterns and predictability. This uncanny nostalgia pulls us in because we want to go back, nor like we need to go back. Even if what we're reaching for is a mirage, the unsettling longing for a past that doesn't quite exist. And yet, you can't help but reach for it, because even a twisted memory of warmth is better than the coldness of forgetting. We're unsettled because the past is wearing a mask, but we keep staring, hoping it will take it off. It's the ghost of something you loved, wearing its face just poorly enough to hurt.
So, in the end, nothing matters. The faces, the places, the moment we swore happened. Just shadows stretched thin across a hollow stage. Nothing is real. Not me, not you. I could vanish tomorrow. You could disappear right now, and the world will keep playing its broken loop.
There is no grand reason, it's all an illusion. No hidden truth waiting to be found, only silence. The laughter, the pain, the love, just noise in a looping simulation. So go ahead, let the silence speak. Either way, the dream goes on, with or without you.